Hey guys, it's Andy and welcome to another episode of Deconstructing with Andy. Let's go! So the song that we're going to be deconstructing today is Mirror Mirror by F.HERO and MILLI featuring Changbin. We have a confession to make. We already watched this video. The thing is, we saw it on our YouTube feed and we just couldn't help it. It was just there. It was so tempting. So we clicked and we watched it. But just because we watched it doesn't mean that I can give you a deconstructing video, so that's what I thought I should do for this video, at least for Changbin's part, because F.HERO and MILLI are Thai rappers and I don't speak Thai, and of course there are English lyrics for it that are translated, but I just don't want to misinterpret anything that they say, so forgive me guys, but I still am gonna go through the whole song and just watch the video again with you guys, because F.HERO and MILLI, they have very unique styles and they have very unique flow patterns. And to be honest, this song, the beat already goes hard, and with their unique flow pattern, it makes the song really kind of stick with you even more, because it makes you kind of jerk a little bit. Like, they got talent, because MILLI got a really unique voice and it really sets her apart from other rappers. Like, if I were to listen to MILLI, I would know that that's MILLI because of her uniqueness. And her voice, just that attitude in her voice just adds to the flavor, like adds flavor to the song. And F.HERO too, he has that like heaviness in his voice. So when he brings that raspy heaviness into this beat, it just gives it that weight, you know what I mean? And the way they just ride the beat when they're rapping, immaculate. It's dope as shit. And do we really need to say anything about Changbin? Like, this guy in this song just went off. He just snapped. Like, he was rapping so fast that even with the lyrics in my hand, I couldn't follow him. I just could not follow him. But luckily I got everything at the end. So it's all in my phone here. I kind of deconstructed everything in my phone. And then first we're gonna watch the video together and then we're gonna go into lyric time after. But before we get started, like I say in all our deconstruction videos, what I say in this video, I'm not saying that that's exactly what Changbin meant. Like, I'm just interpreting it in my point of view and in my own interpretation. I'm not Changbin, so I can't say what I'm interpreting is exactly what Changbin meant. So I'm just gonna translate what he's saying and also give my interpretation and my thoughts of what I think he means. So without further ado, let's get started. Come on, let's get it. This beat is heavy, man. This beat bumps. Her flow pattern is really unique. You see the staccato in her flow pattern. Like, she changes it up. It sticks. Woo! That attitude. Uh-huh. She's saying, listen, baby, yes, we are. Mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the freaking savage? That's us. Yes, we are. Yes, y'all are savage. With all that uniqueness that y'all have, yes, y'all are the savages. You guys are talented, bruh. Let's go.
We are, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Here it comes out. Ooh. You hear that weight. Woo. It just changes the whole flow of the song. You know what I mean? Like, MILLI brought it with her attitude, and now F.HERO comes in with his, like, the weight of his voice to kind of like complement that bass in the song. And yo, like, his flow is different from MILLI's, so now it sounds like a different song, and I love that. I love it when, like, in rap music where they like, kind of change up the flow and then change everything up, because it makes it's kind of new, and then when you hear it, you feel like you're hearing something new, but it's actually the same song. That's super dope, man. Let's go. Uh-huh. See, he changed up the flow again. Oh, you hear that? At the background. Uh-huh. Yes, we are. Look at him. That color pops. Woo. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Stop it. Stop it. I mentioned how fast he raps. He raps freaking fast. Like just right there. What was he like? 3 seconds into his part, he probably said like 50 words there. We're gonna back that up. Come on. Like, dude, I love that. You know, Changbin is known for that, where he changes his flow in a way where it's kind of like he goes for that high pitch at the end. Like when he like it sounds like his voice is cracking, but it's not. I don't know what that's called, but I love it when he does that. And he has a very like comical sense in his rap. And that's like unique because not a lot of people do that. And it can sound cheesy, but when Changbin does it doesn't sound cheesy. It's really funny and it's actually very witty. He's smart. Come on, bro. His flow. I'm not saying nothing more about his flow, man. He's speaking for itself right now. Come on. Uh-huh. Come on, bruh. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna get into lyric time, but what he said at the end is like, come on, bruh. I'll explain it. Oh my god. I couldn't even keep up with him. Woo!
안녕하세요, 샤누밀리입니다.
I love. She snaps here too, bruh. Yo, I got straight goosebumps from that. Like, yo, MILLI can rap. MILLI can really rap. Like, I don't know a lot of people that can rap that fast, but also keep up with that like level of energy and attitude as they're rapping, right? Because there has to be energy behind every word that you're saying and every syllable. But MILLI does that, bro. Like, F.HERO, his weight, like the way the three of them got together to make this song, it was perfect because F.HERO brings that weight, that like gangstiness, you know what I mean? And then MILLI brings that attitude, that sassiness. And then Changbin comes in with that swag. His flow is already immaculate. The way he was rapping, how quick he was rapping. Like, yo, Changbin's up there in the rap game, man. Changbin is up there. He can write, he can rap, bruh. I don't care what nobody says. Let's get it. Yes, we are. Dude, look how dope Changbin looks. Dude, F.HERO looks like a boss, bro. Yeah, see how boss that shit is? I love F.HERO's voice. His voice, come on. Come on, stop it. The production of this song was so clean. It was so dope. Like, the weight, like I keep saying weight, but because like there really is weight behind that beat. Like, the beat itself is already like, it's like bass heavy. Like, it has a very catchy, like, well, I don't know what instrument would that be? Like the flute at the end? Like, you know, where it has that in the back. That shit is dope. That shit reminds me of like the 90s when it was like, at that time, what it was called like gangster rap, right? But it has that like very like vintage retro vibe from the 90s, and that's super dope. And F.HERO brings that too. He has that like flavor with him that brings that weight behind his voice and his flow to really complement the beat. MILLI with the sass, Changbin with the swag. Come on, bruh. Let's get it. This song is fire, y'all. So before we start, like I said, I'm only gonna be doing Changbin's part because I don't speak Thai, so I don't think it would be right for me to try to interpret a language I don't speak because I don't want to misinterpret anything. And I know that F.HERO and MILLI, they probably wrote really fire lyrics. So with that said, let's get into it. Come on. So the first line is 돈 자랑, 몸 자랑, 인맥 자랑, 네 자랑, 잠이나 쳐자라. Woo! Come on. He's saying go to sleep. 자랑 means to flaunt, and 자라 means to go to sleep. And you see how they rhyme and they kind of sound similar, and that's the reason why he did that play. He's saying you flaunt about money, you body flaunt, you flaunt about your network, you self flaunt, you flaunt about yourself. Why don't you just go to sleep? 돈 자랑, 몸 자랑, 인맥 자랑, 네 자랑. Okay then, 잠이나 쳐자라. Since you like 자랑 so much, then go to sleep. 자라, go to sleep. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's kind of like 자랑 means to flaunt and 자라 means to like go to sleep. So because they sound similar, he's saying since you like to 자랑 so much, then 잠이나 쳐자라, go to sleep. Come on, that's savage as shit. Let's get it right off the bat. Next line. 남 따라 바뀌는 줏대는 내가 아까 쓰다 버린 일회용 나무젓가락. Oh my goodness. The thing I like about Changbin a lot is if you just look at a word, like let's say you put two words together, like let's say here it's 쳐자라 and 나무젓가락. You look at these two words, they don't look like they would rhyme, but he finds a way to rhyme them. And that's genius. That's freaking genius. Come on, let's go. So what he says here is he uses the word 줏대. And that's a word that Changbin lives by, and that's a word that Changbin uses a lot. And 줏대 basically means a backbone, like having a spine for something, like having guts, right? As a man. Like, and he's saying 남 따라 바뀌는 줏대. Like, 줏대 basically means to like change your mind so quick. You can't make a decision. You basically make your decision based upon what others make their decision of. So your decision is based off of other people's decisions. So you can't make your own decision, meaning you don't have a backbone. You have no spine. Like, you don't have guts. Or what I would say, you don't have the balls. Like, you don't have that. So you have no backbone. And not just that, but what he's saying is that backbone, that spine that you have, which you call a backbone, to me is just a disposable wooden chopstick that I just used a while ago and threw away. He's basically saying you have no backbone. Your backbone is weak. Think about it, a chopstick, a disposable chopstick, the wooden chopstick. Those are weak. I could just break that in half with my hands. And he's saying your backbones are as strong as a disposable wooden chopstick that I just used a little while ago and threw away. Ouch. Changbin, slow it down, man. Ouch. Like, really think about that. 남 따라 바뀌는 줏대. Like, you basically follow others and you make your decisions based on theirs. So you have no guts. And that thing that you call a backbone is as strong as a wooden disposable chopstick that I just used a little while ago and threw away. That's how weak it is. That's how strong it is, or weak it is. Whichever way you guys want to take it, but it's not very strong. It's very weak. Like, he's saying, oh, I could break that shit in half. Changbin, the way he describes, you know, the way he uses his words, like, it's so creative, and this is why he's an artist. Come on, bruh. Next line. 잘난 척 자랑질할 시간에 잘난 걸 만드는 잘난 내 혓바닥. So he's saying during the times you act great and you're flaunting about this and that, I create great things with this dope ass tongue of mine. Why? Because he raps freaking fast and he raps really well. He writes really well. He talks very well. He pronounces very well. Like, so he's saying, while you have the time to run your mouth about the things that you think you have or you claim that you have, why don't you try to be more like me and use that mouth to create something? Like, that's basically what he's saying. He's like, you got the time to run your mouth like that, then why don't you use that gifted mouth of yours to actually create something great like me? My mouth is great and my tongue is great, so I create great things. But it sucks that with the type of mouth that you have, like, all you can do is really just flaunt and, you know, You know what I'm saying? God, it's so I'm so sorry. Like, it's so savage to me that like I can't think. Like, that's super savage. And that's the thing with Stray Kids. Like, they say savage things, right? But they're facts. And that's what makes it more savage. Come on, bro. Next line. 아주 늦바람 들어가지고 그건 내 학창 시절에 불었던 깜찍 발랄한 휘파람. What he's saying is you're late to the game, bruh. Like, 늦바람 means you're late to the game. You will call someone a 늦바람 when you've already been doing it and they're just getting into it. You see the play he did there? 늦바람. 늦바람 means you're late in the game, but 늦바람, like, 늦 means to like be like late, and 바람 means like the wind, right? And then he's saying 그건 내 학창 시절에 불었던 깜찍 발랄한 휘파람. Like, that's a whistle I blew, because you know wind blows. That's the whistle I blew ever so sweetly during my student days. So he's basically saying you're so late in the game. Like, while I've been in the game, like what you're doing now is what I used to do back in my student days when I was a student. So and then he says whistle because, you know, when something is just a piece of cake to him, it's second nature. Like, it's within him to do what he does, like rap and like write music and produce and all that. It's been in him since his student days. And he's saying 휘파람 because it was that easy for him. It was cake for him. To you, it's not, because you came in the game late. You don't know how to do none of that shit. You're struggling with it, but yet you take it as if you're being great. Like, no, not just that, but the play. Like, 늦바람, 내가 학창 시절에 불었던. 불어 means to blow. Like, 늦, late. 바람, wind. Blew, like you blow wind. Wind blows. And if 휘파람, you blow. Like, it's a whole blow scheme here. Oh my God, bro. Like, that's an MC right there. Oh my God. Like, you're in the game so late that you're at the basic level. Whereas me, I've been doing this since my student days, and it's been cake for me since then because I've worked so hard for it. We're at different levels right now. You're late in the game. I've been in the game. I'm way up there, and you're way down here, and yet you have the audacity to be flaunting and running your mouth. Shut up. Is basically what Changbin is saying. Come on, bro. Let's go. And that goes right into the next line. 파란 하늘 바라보며 위로 날아오를 준비. 휘. Remember how he goes, 휘? He does that. That's him insinuating that he's blowing, like he's whistling. 비행 청소년 위를 비행하며 아드레날린 분비. 휘. He does that, right? He's whistling. So like he said, it's like his student days. Like, it's easy for him. And what he's saying here is, I'm getting ready to fly as I look at the blue skies. Whee! Like, I'm getting ready to fly. He can fly whenever he wants because he's that great. Like, and he'll keep flying higher and higher and higher. And in the next line he says, I fly over the delinquent youth, releasing adrenaline. So 비행 청소년 means a delinquent youth, right? And he's basically saying like, yo, like you guys are flying over here and you guys think you're flying at the highest level, but hey, guess what? He's flying right over them and saying, yo, I'm over here. And he's releasing adrenaline as he does that, because it's like, yo, you don't understand what it takes to get up here, and yet you're over here flaunting about where you're at. You're like here, where I'm flying up way up here. Like, think about that. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the screen because I'm trying to make sure that I'm in the frame so I can kind of show you guys. You know what I'm saying? But what he's saying is, y'all are down here. Y'all are flying right down here, and you guys are so happy about that, and you guys are flaunting that, but hey, I'm way up here. So he's basically saying, you don't see me. You don't see me. I'm way up there, and that's the reason why you don't see me. It's kind of like skill level. Like, you are so late to the game, and you think what you accomplished so far is so great. But then that's where your kind of thought process, it's only there, right? It's so limited that you think where you're at is so high. But then you're not taking the time to look up. Look up, bro. I'm way up here, and there's so many other people that are way up there. And even these people don't flaunt about it, bro. But yet you're down here and you're flaunting about it. Come on, man. And then he adds "hui" in there because he's saying, yeah, and it's so easy for me. I did this in my student days. I've been doing this. That's why I'm up here. That's why he's saying "hui" because he's whistling while he's flying around them, kind of like. He's like flying around them saying like, look, why aren't you looking up here? Because you don't know that there's a level that exists that's even beyond yours. Like, you don't know levels, you know, there's levels to this game and you don't see it. That's why you're late in the game, because it's kind of like, you're so late that like the level that you're at is not even a high level and you think that it's a high level. Like, come on, bruh. Let's get it. So the next line, it's 시행착오는 나를 파고드는 가시 아닌 줄기. So 시행착오 means trial and errors. The trial and errors that dig into me aren't thorns, but they're stems. He's not taking his trial and errors as if it's a bad thing, like as if it's like a thorn. He's taking it as if they're stems. You know how like stems grow and then it kind of adds to the height of the plant. Next line. 그거 타고 내려가 맨 땅에 헤딩하며 하나만 파고 들어갔더니 나도 모르게 뿌리 깊은 나무가 되었다. And it continues on from that last line. So he's saying 그거 타고 내려가. I go down writing the stem starting from scratch. 맨 땅에 헤딩하며 means starting from scratch, but it could also mean like beating your head against the wall. But in this case, I think he means starting from scratch, right? Because trial and errors, you have a trial and error. Like you go through trial and errors, but after all those errors, you start over. Like when you make a mistake on something, like yeah, you could try to fix it, but I think what he's trying to say is, yeah, I just go start over. Like that's why I think he brings up stem, because it's kind of like from a plant, like a plant grows, right? So he's saying, I dug deep into it, and before I knew it, it became a tree with strong, deep roots. So he kept digging, like he rode the stem down, and he kept digging. He kept digging as hard as he can, but he didn't dig multiple holes. He just dug through one hole. And before he knew it, while digging, he found out that this stem turned into a tree with really strong roots. Like you see the play in there? Like strong roots. Like because he worked so hard and he didn't sway away from his beliefs and his artistry and his like style, that he didn't forget his roots. So he's saying my roots are strong. Like it's a tree. Tree roots are strong as shit. Like that's basically what he's saying he is. He worked that hard. You know when you work so hard on something, like you don't focus on anything else. You don't focus on like how far you came. You don't flaunt. You don't try to like do this or that. It was just solely about him trying to be better. And you know when you work so hard on something, you kind of lose focus. Like you lose track of time, right? And then that's basically what he's saying. I lost track of time because I worked so hard, and before I knew it, I look and this stem became a really strong tree, like a root. Like it had really strong roots. And that's a double right there, because I think what he's saying is he didn't forget his roots. Like his roots are strong. So don't ever question my roots. If anything, I question yours. Because you're this big and you're already flaunting, yet I'm like this. I'm like way up there, but I don't flaunt. I just keep working on my artistry. I keep working to try to get better. So the next line, and this line is fire as shit. 흔들어도 끄떡없는 낙엽들은 내 가치처럼 절대 안 떨어져. That's a bar. That's a bar. He's saying 흔들어도 끄떡없는 낙엽들. So he's saying the leaves that won't budge even if you shake it. 낙엽 means leaf, and 흔들어 means to shake. So he's saying no matter how much you shake this tree, not one leaf is gonna fall off this tree. 내 가치처럼. 가치 means like worth, right? Just like my self-worth, it's never gonna fall. Like, think about the way he wrote that. He went on, the line before that, he was talking about, before I knew it, my shit became a tree. Like, with really strong roots. You know what kind of tree? A tree where you shake hard and hard and hard, as hard as you can, but it's still, not one leaf will fall off of that. Just like my worth, just like my self-worth, it'll never fall off. Like, that's how strong his tree is. That's a bar, man. That's a freaking bar. That was a fire bar. He's saying his self-worth will never drop, just like the leaves on that tree, because that tree is so strong. My tree is so strong, not one leaf will fall off of it, just like my self-worth. It'll never fall and it'll never drop. Come on, bro, let's get it. 왜 또 벌레들이 꼬여 저기 떨어져 땅이나 기어라. Yeah, that's savage. That's savage. I can't even speak. Come on. 꺼져. 존재 자체가 부전승 완승으로 마무리하는 별거 아닌 토너먼트. Why are insects gathering here? Drop to the floor over there and crawl. Like he's basically saying, yo, there are so many damn insects around me. Why are they around me? Go over there. Drop over there and crawl over there. Ooh, like, you know how disrespectful that is when you ask someone to crawl on the floor and you call them an insect. Like, insects are this big. He's basically saying you're an insect. You're nothing more than this. And insects crawl, so go crawl over there. Ooh, that's savage, bro. that kind of hurt my heart, and he wasn't even talking to me about it. Come on, bruh. Oh, Changbin, you scary, bruh. So yes, he's saying, why are insects gathering here? Drop to the floor over there and crawl. Piss off. Your existence in itself is like a funny tournament, one without really competing. So there's multiple ways to interpret that part, but the way I'm interpreting it is like he's basically saying your existence is like a funny tournament where you won without really competing. So basically saying you won through just favoritism, like without really working hard. See, me, Changbin, I worked really hard, but yet you're over here winning. It's a funny tournament because you didn't really work hard. You just won because of favoritism, or you won because somebody likes you more, or it's just based off of popularity, or it's based off of this and that. Not based off of pure skill is what I think he's trying to say. Like he's saying, yo, like you can't even pin me against these guys because these guys won without really competing. Like they didn't do anything. So you pin me against them as somebody who worked freaking hard and works on his craft all the time. I'm gonna kill this dude. You didn't really work for it. It was just handed to you. Like basically, oh, come on, bro. And the next line is a play right to that. 나한테 서바이벌 살아남기, 뭐래 전부 살려 보내지 않기. So he's saying, telling me this is a survival game. Like let's get through it. He's saying, no, what are you talking about? I'm not letting anyone leave here alive. So he's saying, y'all are over here thinking like this game is like, oh, it's a survival game, so we need to survive, man. We need to survive. So that's your mentality. I need to survive. I need to do what I can to survive. Changbin's mentality is, what do you mean survive? In my head, survive is not a thing. It's more like I'm not letting no one leave here alive. To kind of further explain this, it's kind of like, imagine like if your mentality is of as a survivor, like trying to survive, your mindset isn't gonna be as sharp as you think it is, because you're thinking, yo, someone's gonna be out for me, like I need to survive. So you're very vulnerable. But in Changbin's case, it's more like, no, I'm not vulnerable. Like I know people are gonna come after my neck, but I'm gonna go after them before they can come after me. So no, I'm not here to survive. I'm here to make sure that you guys don't leave alive. Meaning he already won. Like to him, it's like I already won. If I enter this game, y'all are dead. Like I already won. So no, like I'm not letting you leave alive. Like that's savage as shit, bruh. Like I said, if you go into this game trying to just survive and that's your mentality, that just leaves you as that vulnerable. But he's not going in there as just trying to survive. He's going in there making sure that no one leaves alive. Like really think about that. That's savage as shit. That's a really strong mentality to have. That was the last part of Changbin's rap, and dude, like this song is fire. Like everything he said are facts. He's telling you like, look, like stop flaunting your shit. Stop acting like you're great when you really didn't do much. Like stay in your lane. Know where you are at and know your worth. So don't go around running your mouth saying that you're the best when you really didn't do anything about it. Just go over there and go to sleep. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this deconstruction video. If there was anything that you guys didn't understand or had trouble understanding, don't worry about it. Leave it in the comment section below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And if you guys like this video, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in our next video, guys. Bye!
Thank you guys again for watching. If you guys want similar videos, you can click on the link right over here.
And if you guys want to follow us on our social media, our links will be right below. And also our Often Alone merch link will be right below.
So go check that out, guys.
Yes,
Bye!
sir.